us more about the Southpaw strategies and Southpaw advantages.
So that's a great question because I am a Southpaw, and often I get Southpaw fighters tell me you're the first Southpaw coach I've ever had. And like most Southpaw fighters are trained by Orthodox coaches, but the true secret behind it is no secret at all. There's no difference. I don't train them any different. I have about 5 Southpaws right now. My son is a Southpaw, and I don't make a big deal about whether they're Southpaw or Orthodox. The principles are the same. You still have to be able to set distance. You still have to be able to set a jab. You still have to know the best position to throw your rear hand from. You still have to know the best positions and the right distance to throw power shots with the lead hand from. All of those core principles are the same. The only difference is that Southpaw Orthodox, the lead hands tend to bump into each other. There can be collisions. It's easier to collide with each other. If I were to say the number one thing I do different is I don't buy into that philosophy that Southpaws always have to move right. In fact, I have a video on YouTube where I discuss that, and the guy that I'm working with in that video is from the UK. His coach is a guy named Al Osta, and so Al had his guy come to Toko's, and his guy is a Southpaw. I think he was fighting a South. He was training to fight a Southpaw. I think he's Orthodox, and I'm explaining in the video why only moving one direction is not a great idea. The way I tell my fighters is if you only move one way, then I always know where you're going. You know what I mean? Like you're giving me a strategic advantage because you're only ever going to step to your if they're Orthodox against me, they're always going to step to their left. And if they're always stepping to their left, and then here's the thing with me, my hardest punch was not my straight left. My hardest punch was my right hook. So why are you going to always walk into that one? You know, it's like it doesn't make sense. So the number one principle that at the fundamental level that I teach that's different is that you have to be able to move both directions. It doesn't matter who you're fighting. If you're fighting an Orthodox fighter or a Southpaw fighter, you have to be able to step left or step right.
I think Eddie Fudge used to say as well, maybe it was Georgie Benton. Maybe George Benton got Eddie Fudge, but he referred to him fighting in semicircles. So in both directions, and you keep turning your opponent.
Yes.
Because we also had a user question asking about any old school Southpaw tactics not widely taught or utilized. Is that something you see at all? Or don't see?
Not necessarily. Again, like I don't get hung up on what stance they are. You know, like I don't get hung up on what stance they are because the core principles are the same.